All right, Shalom. Kol Hala Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace salutations unto the hopeful elect. Once again, I am the brother Yahweh. All right, and Lord willing, tonight will be another effort and hoping to inform as well as what's the other word? Inform as well as edify. All right. Lord willing, let's get this show on the road. And tonight's topic will be entitled To Eat or Not to Eat. All right. They even want to change your diet. All right. I'm gonna repeat it. The title's a bit long, but just follow me. All right. To eat or not to eat. They even want to change your diet. All right. And basically, what do I mean by that? Well, I took tonight's topic as inspiration, um, based on, based on the actions of New York City Mayor Eric Adams. All right. And other brothers have done shows relating to his latest commitment, talking about something about carbon footprint. They want to try. They basically want to have control over every aspect of your life. You understand what I'm saying? All right. For those of you that might follow me, they want to they want to have control over every aspect of your life. As if trying to control or dictate how much money you make or how much money you get to spend is not enough. All right? That they want to try and even track what you eat. All right? And they want to try and put a stop to most of y'all people's favorite foods, man. All right? The basic necessities of life, but being what? Beef, all right, meat and dairy products. All right, and Lord willing, I got the article ready. I'll be pulling that up real shortly. All right. As a matter of fact, I'll just pull it up now. All right. Lord willing, to get things moving on. All right. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I based tonight's. This is what tonight's topic is based on. All right. And then Lord willing, I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. All right. This article came about a week ago already, and it was as soon as your New York City Mayor Eric Adams, all right, um, his administration, all right, wants to allegedly target, according to the article here, New York City will target food choices in its battle against climate change, so-called climate change, all right? And they're using this as a they're using this so-called climate change as as one of their tactics. You know what I'm saying? For those of you that might be in the know already, this is part of their devices of Salakia. This is part of their devices. I'm trying Salakia. This is part of their way of wanting to control people. Period. All right. Okay, so it's plain and simple. All right. I'm going to read the article. I'm going to read a little bit of it before making any more comments. And Lord willing, I also have a few scriptures lined up that coincide um, with what I hope to be an edifying lesson. All right. The Adams administration has announced a plan to begin tracking the carbon footprint created by household food consumption, as well as a new target for New York City agencies to reduce their food-based emissions by 33% by the year 2023. All right. Okay. And we're in the year 2023 already. All right. Mayor Eric Adams announced the plan on Monday, along with the Mayor's Office of Climate and Environmental Justice, as part of the city's ongoing pledge to reduce the impact of climate change. At the same event, the Mayor's Office of Climate and Environmental Justice published a new chart in the city's annual greenhouse gas inventory. Salakia, that publicly tracks the carbon footprint created by household consumption, primarily generated by meat and dairy products. All right, so there you have it. Their main target is meat and dairy products. All right, they want to try and change your your favorite foods. They want to try and prohibit you from eating hamburgers, French fries, all right, for frankfurters or so-called hot dogs, right? All right. Now, most of us grew up eating these foods, all right, and it ain't, most of us grew up eating these food items I mentioned, all right, and there ain't really nothing wrong with enjoying at least a homemade hamburger every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Okay, a hamburger with cheese, all right, and your choice to decorate it with lettuce and tomato, pickles, onions. You know what I'm saying? All right, okay. The bad idea, all right. And I just said ain't nothing really wrong with that, but most people just make a habit of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wrong way to go. All right. It's good for people to make their own choices, like most others would do, and determining, having this type of food so and so much, I know is bad for me. So I should balance that. Okay. I should watch more what I eat and not eat so many damn hamburgers or have steak every so often. You know what I'm saying? Any food choice, especially those food choices that the Lord gave the okay for us to eat, any of those food choices, all right, it's enjoyable and good to have as long as there's a balance to it. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily make a habit of it and have every single day. You know what I'm saying? But now, as according to this article, all right, according to your so-called mayor, all right, according to this article, all right, the government wants to try the city government, right? The city government handled by the elites, and pretty soon it might become even the federal thing too. You know what I'm saying? The government wants to try and dictate what you eat and what you can eat now. Instead of you making your own personal choices, on how to dictate your own diet. Your government has to step in and dictate it for you. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of this article here. That's the whole purpose of this announcement that Mayor Adams made over a week ago already. That's the whole purpose of why I'm trying to. I decided to put this show here tonight and came up with this article. That's the whole purpose of why other brothers have done their own take on this topic. All right, that's the whole purpose. Now I'm gonna finish reading the rest of this article, but not the whole. I'm only gonna read a few more paragraphs, and then later on, I might leave the provide the link as I usually do for those of you that might be interested. You click on it and finish reading, man. All right, but I'm gonna continue on. The new analysis is a spin on the emissions data that comes standard with the annual inventory and was made through a partnership with American Express C40 Cities and Echo Data Lab. Adams, an ardent evangelist of plant-based diets, announced a new tracker and policy at uh, a Brooklyn culinary center run by Health Plus Hospitals, the city's public health care system. All right. All right, Salakia. It is easy to talk about emissions that are coming from vehicles and how it impacts our carbon footprint, Adams said. But we now have to talk about beef. Okay, you see that? You see you see what part of their agenda is, right? You should know something by now. All right. Now they want to target what and dictate what you eat and what you can eat, what they really want you to eat. You understand what I'm saying? Now, about a month or two ago, I had already done a segment here, all right, that was entitled, I think, they really want you to eat bugs. All right? And that's what really their overall goal is. That's what their overall real goal is at the end of the day. This is what they're trying to accomplish in the next few years. All right? Get people to totally change the food habits and diets that they are in now and and then force them to accept, look, it's healthy to eat bugs. It's a lot healthier to eat insects. We want you to try these now. If you want to keep eating beef, fine, but try the Bill Gates lab invented meat. We don't want you to have any more regular natural cow meat. All right, go for our new man-made meat instead. This is what this is what they want you to do. All right? It ain't just me saying it. This is part of their goal towards you. This is part of their agenda. All right? Okay, so the new household consumption tracker will be published on the same web page as the city's annual inventory of greenhouse gas sources. The edition lays out the greenhouse gas pollution involved in the production and consumption of goods such as alcoholic beverages or apparel, whether or not those items are made in New York City. It also examines the emissions tied to high polluting services like air travel and lesser known contributors like healthcare. All right. Okay, so that's all I'm reading on that. All right. Okay. That's all I just wanted to give you all. This is only a small heads up of where this place is headed, of these new kind of policies and legislations that they're coming up with, all right, in order to push forth more their agenda, all right, on how they want this so-called Great Reset or New World Order agenda to be, all right, and taking away your favorite food choices at the end of the day, that is their overall primary goal, to take away your favorite food choices, period. Okay? Now, for those of you that might be interested in finish reading the article, like I said, hit the link at the description box or so, and just keep getting informed, man, of where this place is headed to. All right? Okay, the so-called freedom, your so-called freedom as you know it, is being taken away gradually. All right, on a step-by-step, day-to-day basis. All right. Now this new proposal right here. All right. I just read you the last few paragraphs. This new proposal right here doesn't mean that everything will take place overnight and it's going to happen the next day, but it will take effect. And whatever means of technology, that how they're going to track what you eat. You understand what I'm saying? How they're going to track what you eat is really beyond me, but I could guess they have the technology to do it. They're just not going to tell you how they're going to track what you eat. But if they find out that you're a heavy meat or cheese consumer, guess what? At the end of the day, you may end up getting a penalty. You may end up, you know what I'm saying? That you're gonna get penalized for that shit. All right. That this is also part of their goal. All right. They want to, as their way of trying to forbid you to eat these foods, man. All right. If they're tracking in the nearby future finds out that you're a heavy buyer and consumer of meat and dairy products, then they're gonna criminalize you for it. Period. That's the bottom line. All right. You could get a penalty or a summons for that shit. All right. I'm not making this up. Do research, do more research yourself, and you find out where I'm coming from. Other brothers will tell you the exact same thing. All right. So, with that said, all right, let's move forward. Let's move forward, Lord willing, with the scriptures now. All right. I'm going to pull up some scriptures. All right. So, just bear with me a moment. All right. All right. So the first scripture is the book of Micah. All right. And basically, I'm going to read Micah 2 and 1. It says this: Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right. That's talking about the wicked elite right there. All these new strange policies that you're hearing about now, like the article I just read you, that's part of them working evil upon their beds. All right. Okay, and as other brothers would tell you, beginning with the elders on down, as even they would tell you, all right. These these wicked elites are so damn wicked. They're so evil that they can't get a good night's sleep unless they come up with a new hurtful way of oppressing you so-called people of color out there, man. Okay, that's how cruel and wicked they are. They can't get a good night's sleep unless they come up with the perfect scheme, the perfect device, the perfect trap for you sheeple to fall into. All right, that's basically the bottom line. And because it is in the power of their hand, all right, it is in the power that they have the resources, all right, they have all the money and the world to push forth these hurtful new policies and legislation that are being pushed out there today. You see what I'm saying? That's basically the overall bottom line of this scripture. All right? That's the overall point that the prophet Micah was making. All right? Now, let's follow that with Isaiah 10 and 1, which could also serve as a precept to Micah 2 and 1. All right? Here comes Isaiah 10 and 1 now. And what does that say? I'm going to read verses 1 and 2. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay? These so called new laws and legislations that are being pushed out there, there's so many of them that I cannot name you every last one of them. You understand what I'm saying? But right now, as I speak, they're working on those, man. And they're pushing those out there. All right? Okay, all your so-called president Joe Biden, all right, and any of your so-called government officials, all right, and any other one of these puppets, all right, the elite tells them what to do, and with the simple stroke of a pen, all right, with the stroke of a pen, is how they push out these unrighteous decrees upon you people out there and write you all this grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. Okay. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. All right. They want to take away the right of the poor of you people, man. All right. That you people may not have no say nor do in this society real soon. Okay. They are working hard day and night to make this society, all right, to make this so-called free country more and more dystopian. I'm a gradual day by day basis, man. That's what they're working on. All right. What you see in most of these science fiction movies, so-called science fiction movies, all right, where almost all of them deal with a dystopian society where everything has fallen apart, and it's basically up to the protagonist and the people to survive. A good example of such movie is the one with Denzel Washington. All right, the Book of Eli. All right, and another good example, a movie that came out 10 years ago already, The Road. All right, that movie called The Road with Viggo Mortensen. Check that one out. All right. So to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So there you go. That's all part of their agenda, man. All right. This is where we're headed to. All right. Okay. All right. Ezekiel 4 and 13 now. Let's see if I could find that here. Ezekiel 4 and 13. All right. All right. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashan Yahweh Shai. I did find it. All right. All right, but I'm gonna start with verse 9. All right. I'm gonna start with verse 9. All right, because uh, most of these verses I'm gonna read here, it coincides. It coincides and would fit right along with tonight's topic and what I based it on. All right. So Ezekiel 4 verse 9, where it talks about the defiled bread. All right. And this was, I'm going to read the scripture first. Ezekiel 4 and 9. Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and flitches, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. Now this was like a command that the Lord gave the Israelites at that given time. All right. Verse 10. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day, from time to time thou shalt eat it. Verse 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of an hin, from time to time shalt thou drink. Verse 12. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. My goodness, man. All right. Do you understand what do you understand the meaning of that last verse I read? I'm going to read it again. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight, with dung. Okay, what is the meaning of the word dung? All right, dung. All right. Okay, I'm gonna make it plain and simple for the few of you that bother watching my shows. I'll make it plain and simple for y'all. The Most High was basically instructing his people to bake barley cakes made out of shit, so you can understand, made out of doo-doo. All right. So the biblical word "done" is another word for shit or doo-doo, so you can understand. Hey, hey, that's the Most High, man. That's the Lord, man. All right. This took place thousands of years ago already, and it might take place again. With the way things are going, you see the way things are headed to right now, food prices becoming, becoming more and more expensive. This so-called inflation, they want to try and bring onto you this famine. Okay, as if those are not enough, they want to try and implement and dictate what you eat, what you cannot eat, what they really want you to eat. You understand what I'm saying? Based on the few paragraphs of that article I read you. All right. So here comes here comes verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the shall even thus shall the children of Israel, Yasha Allah, eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So there you go. So that scripture right there, that prophecy is taking still is taking effect yet today. All right. We are eating nothing but defiled bread upon the Gentiles, man. All right. Whether you care to believe it or not, hey, at the end of the day, what I just said earlier. All right. What the elite's real goal with you people is at the end of the day, all right, that they want to dictate what you can or cannot eat based on so-called carbon footprint tracking and so-called climate change. You understand what I'm saying? That's another way of they're trying to starve you out and then force you to eat things that 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 you are not your body may not accept, man. That's what it's all about. That's why the scripture says what it says here. And thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. It's bad enough that most of the foods that we currently buy and eat, whether it's meat or vegetables, has already been defiled. It has already been defiled with a series of strange and eccentric ingredients. Do I have to say what some of those are, man? I've made mention of those already a while back. All right? So, like it or not, the food and the water that we're drinking here has already been defiled. All right? All right, now. Okay. Second Corinthians. Let's go to Second Corinthians real quick. And then, Lord willing, I'll finish it with Job. All right? Second Corinthians. All right. 2 and 11. So Second Corinthians 2 and 11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, so there you go. Those are words coming out of the Apostle Paul when he was instructing, edifying his people out there in Corinth. That's why it's called Corinthians. All right. Okay. So. Hey, to this very day, we are still living proof of that. All right. Satan, which is the which is Satan is really Esau, the so-called white man. All right. By way of his elites, they worship Satan. All right. They worship and practice nothing but Satanism. All right. And they go to all these diabolical occultic meetings and rituals that they uphold. All right. uh that they try to get a grip on the majority of the sheeple out there, all right, with their devices. All right. And a device is uh, a wicked idea, a wicked plan, a plot. So you can understand a trap. All right. But for those of us who have already been incorporated into this truth by the grace of Yahweh Ba'ashan Yahushai, all right, the chosen of the Lord are not victimized And they are not ignorant of these devices, man. They are fully capable and know they are aware of their surroundings. Okay? That's why the Apostle Paul also mentioned in he also mentioned in Ephesians, all right, the 6th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, all right. That's why he also warned the Israelites that were in that country, all right. That's why he also warned them, all right, to see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And those are the days that we are living now. And it's going to get even more evil. All right? It's going to get even, like it or not, it's going to get more evil. Evil. It's going to get more evil, y'all. All right? So the more sincere and closer you get to the Most High, the better it would be for you. But the majority of you, you just don't care, man. That's the problem right there. That's why so many are going to end up getting caught in these more evil days that's coming. All right. All right. So let's go to Job now. And Lord willing, I'll finish it there. All right. Book of Job. All right. Job 5. All right. The 5th chapter. Okay. I'm going to be reading verses 8 through 19. All right. Okay. All right. So this is Job 5 and 8. I would seek unto the Most High, and unto Yahweh would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Now, right now, we are those people that are low, myself included. We are the lowly people right now. All right, those that are of the elect of the Most High are those that are low, and those that are yet still in mourning right now. Most of us are in mourning, man. Ain't really nothing to celebrate down here. The hell you celebrating for? You see what I'm saying? That's why the scripture says what it says. But part of the reason that the Lord is coming back is to exalt us, Lord willing, to safety. All right, to set those of us that are right now way too low. We are as low right now as our enemies enjoy and take pleasure seeing us in. But the scripture says here that he's coming back to set up on high those that be low, and those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Exalted to safety, all right? All right, does UFO ring a bell? The so-called UFO, the chariots of the living power, all right? When the Lord makes his grand entrance on the planet Earth, the elect will be exalted to safety in the midst of the chaos and destruction that will also take place that day, man. All right? Plain and simple. Now here comes the nitty gritty verse. Here comes the nitty gritty part. Job 5 and verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty. All right? The devices. What are those devices? I just read you 2 Corinthians 2:11. All right, but barely moments ago, man. That scripture that dealt with what? The word devices. Lest Satan should have an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? And who's performing these devices? The wicked. All right? Rothschild and Company, Rockefeller. All right? The wicked elite that run and control this earth. They're the ones that's pushing forth these wicked devices towards the majority of our people. All right? Okay, but it says here that the Lord will disappoint. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And that enterprise is their so-called Great Reset, their NWO, New World Order, whatever they want to call it. All right? They might get away with a few things the first couple of days, but ultimately they're going to fail, man. That's the last thing they want to hear about, is that they're going to fall. They're going to fall hard too, man. All right? Now here it is, they want to try and destroy us all. But the Lord already got a plan for them, man. All right? He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. All right, the hand of the mighty the hand, it's referencing to the wicked elite. All right, all the power and authority is in their hands right now. Ain't nothing we can do about it until the Lord Himself gets back. All right, until the Lord Himself gets back, until Yahushua gets back and puts them in their rightful place. Ain't nothing we can do until the Lord Himself gets back, man. That's why He says in the book of Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken, wait thee upon me that I may rise up unto the prey. All right? The Lord wants us to patiently wait for Him, all right? So that when he cracks them clouds open, man, He's gonna give His elect that power, all right? He's gonna make warmongers out of them, because He's a man of war Himself. The Lord is a man of war, and His elect men will become real life terminators in that day, man. All right, when the Most High will lift up that standard of the elect, when the enemy shall come in as a flood. So that's what's getting ready to happen. All right, Lord willing. All right. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whose power correcteth. Therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty. Right now we are still being chastened by the Most High. Salakia. We are still under these curses and going through all kind of negative situations. But all of that is going to change real soon. All right? There is hope. All right? There is hope. We are prisoners of hope. Verse 18, he maketh sore and bendeth up. He woundeth and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So there you have it, man. All right. So Lord willing, I hope this show was edifying. Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kadash. Shalom.